Just so I'm clear, you have never had any interaction with the plaintiff.
Objection.
Sustained.
You've never seen the plaintiff.
Objection.
Sustained.
Never spoken to the plaintiff.
Objection.
Sustained.
Never seen. Do you see the plaintiff in court today?
Objection.
Sustained.
Do you know if there is a plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Sustained.
Have you had any prior knowledge of the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Sustained.
Would it be fair to say that you do not know of any plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Sustained.
On grounds? What grounds?
Under 906.11, I'm declaring the cross-examination now closed. Do you have any redirect for this witness?
Briefly, Your Honor.
And just so we're clear for the record, you did not talk to the plaintiff about testifying.
Objection. Vague.
Sustained.
Did you say vague? Were you contacted in any way by the plaintiff to testify here today?
Objection. Irrelevant.
Sustained.
Do you know if there's even a plaintiff in this matter?
I was contacted by the Waukesha County District Attorney's Office to testify in this case.
Do you know if that's the plaintiff in this matter?
Generally, in a criminal case, the plaintiff would be the state of Wisconsin. That is my assumption in this case, that the plaintiff is the state of Wisconsin.
So the state of Wisconsin is the plaintiff in this matter to your knowledge?
That would be correct, yes.
No further questions, Your Honor. Have you read the complaint in this case?
I've read the complaint.
Do you recall who the complaint was brought by?
The complaint is brought by the state of Wisconsin, represented by the Waukesha County District Attorney's Office, District Attorney Sue Opper.
So the state of Wisconsin then would be the plaintiff in this matter then, correct?
That is correct, the state of Wisconsin.
Do you see the state of Wisconsin present in the courtroom right now?
Yes, I do. They are represented at the prosecution table by District Attorney Sue Opper, Deputy District Attorney Leslie Basie, and Assistant District Attorney Zach Witchow.
You said represented.
Yes, sir.
Do you see the plaintiff?
The plaintiff is an entity. They are represented by the District Attorney's Office.
So the plaintiff is an entity.
Correct.
To the best of your knowledge, is an entity a human being?
An entity is an entity. It is not a human being.
To the best of your knowledge, being in law enforcement for as long as you have, would it be fair to say that an entity, which is not a human being, living person, can bring a claim against anyone?
I believe they...
Object, Your Honor, to the
Grounds.
relevance.
Grounds.
Hold on, let her get her objection out, okay?
I mean, I've tried to be patient, but these questions really have no bearing on this.
The objection is sustained on relevance grounds. Next question.
Have you ever had any interaction with the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection, irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
How long have you known the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Let her get her objection out, Mr. Brooks. It's sustained on relevance grounds.
Well, I do respect, Your Honor. I think that those are valid questions to the matter.
Mr. Brooks, they've been sustained. Next question.
Do you feel that it was necessary to wear your uniform in court today?
Objection,
Grounds.
argumentative.
Sustained. Next question.
Are you a party to this matter in any way?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained, it's not relevant.
Do you have a claim in this matter?
Objection. Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Have you read the complaint in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Not relevant. Sustained.
Do you know who the plaintiff is in this matter?
Objection. Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Can you testify on who called you to testify, who subpoenaed you to testify here this morning?
I believe it was the state of Wisconsin.
So the state of Wisconsin would be the plaintiff in this matter, to your knowledge?
Objection, Your Honor.
Grounds.
This question is irrelevant.
Sustained. It's not relevant, sir. Sustained. Next
I think it
question.
holds relevant who called him to testify.
You already answered.
So you've had interactions with the state of Wisconsin?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant and vague.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Can you testify if the state of Wisconsin is a living human being or an entity?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Sustained.
So you in fact don't have a claim in this matter, correct?
Objection. Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
You are aware that all police departments are funded by the state of Wisconsin, are you not?
Objection. Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
And inaccurate.
Grounds.
Sustained.
If that's an inaccurate statement, then who pays you?
Objection to
Grounds.
relevance.
Overruled. He may answer. I assume you mean who pays him his salary.
Correct.
He may answer.
Be the city of Waukesha.
Is the city of Waukesha in the state of Wisconsin?
Yes.
Is the city of Waukesha the plaintiff in this case?
No.
How long have you known the plaintiff in this case? in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained. Next question.
So to the best of your knowledge, you've never even had any interaction with the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Sustained. Mr. Brooks, under 906.11, if you need to move on to a new topic of cross-exam, otherwise I will declare the cross-exam opportunity closed.
Could you state for the record who subpoenaed you to testify in this matter today?
The state?
And when you say the state, who are you referring to exactly?
The state of Wisconsin?
To the best of your knowledge, being in law enforcement for some time, have you ever had any interaction with the state whatsoever?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant. Vague.
Grounds.
Sustained. Next question.
Did you physically talk to the state about testifying here this morning?
Objection.
Grounds.
Vague and irrelevant.
Grounds.
Do you mean to ask her if she spoke with the DA's office?
Did she speak to the plaintiff?
Sustained. Next question.
How long have you known the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection. Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained. Next question.
Have you read the complaint in this matter? To your recollection?
I I believe I've skimmed it over. I haven't read it in its entirety.
Would it be any reason why you didn't read the complaint in its entirety?
Objection, irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Did you have any idea that you may be called to testify in this matter?
I did see it as a possibility, yes.
So it'd be fair to say that if you knew that it was a possibility that you may be called to testify, would it be fair to say that it would be best to acquire all the knowledge that you can acquire before testifying?
Objection, argumentative.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Are you aware that all police departments are funded by the state of Wisconsin?
Objection, irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
If you weren't testifying here this morning, would you be on duty?
Yes, I would be.
Is that why you came in uniform?
Yes, it is.
So it'd be fair to say that right now you're on the clock.
Yes, I am.
Being paid by whom?
By the city of Waukesha.
Is the city of Waukesha in the state of Wisconsin?
Yes, it is.
And who funds the Waukesha Police Department?
Objection, irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Whom were you contacted by about being a witness in this matter?
I wouldn't know. The Waukesha District Attorney.
Let the record reflect that the witness made a hand gesture towards the prosecution table.
Yes.
The record will so reflect. Thank you.
So it would be fair to say that you were contacted about testifying in this matter directly from the Waukesha District Attorney's Office?
Yes.
Do you know who the plaintiff is in this matter?
Objection, irrelevant.
Grounds.
Not relevant. Sustained. Next question.
Are you aware of any injured party or plaintiff in this matter?
I am not.
You are not?
That's correct.
Have you read or seen any complaint besides your own in this matter?
You mean a statement or do you mean a criminal complaint?
A complaint, any complaint.
Object to vagueness and relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained. You can try to rephrase it if you would like. I'm sustaining it as to the form of the question, sir.
Have you seen any other statements by any parties other than yourself in relation to this incident?
No.
So as far as you know, you've never seen or interacted with the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained. Under 90611, new topic, please. One not already covered.
So it'd be fair to say that you did have a conversation
Conversation?
with the district attorney's office.
Yes.
Did they ever inform you of who the plaintiff was in this matter?
Objection, relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Are you aware of any plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Have you ever talked to the plaintiff in this matter? Ever seen the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection, relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained under 90611. Mr. Brooks, you need to move on to a new topic or I will close the cross-exam.
I will move on. It has to be some type of ground stated other than relevancy or anything like that. The real ground should be put on record, Your Honor. We all deserve to know. The jury deserves to know.
It's not relevant. Move on.
So are you bringing this claim against the accused defendant in this matter?
Objection, vague.
Grounds.
Sustained.
On what grounds, Your Honor?
It's vague. That's the form of the question.
Have you seek to receive any recovered damages or anything in the matter?
The only thing that we got was help to pay for our medical bills, as that was something that was completely unexpected from a Christmas parade.
Is that through the state of Wisconsin?
It was through, I forgot the name of what it was.
Are you listed as a plaintiff in this matter?
Am I listed as a plaintiff in this matter?
Are you the plaintiff? Did you file the claim?
Objection,
That's a
relevance.
compound question. Sustained as to the form of the question. Mr. Brooks?
Did you
under
file a claim?
90611, move on. You've already asked about whether she filed a report. Move on.
Do you see the state of Wisconsin present in the court?
Objection,
Grounds.
grounds.
Sustained under 90611. I warned you to avoid that topic or I would cease cross-exam, so I'll give you one more opportunity to ask a different line of questioning.
Are you aware of the plaintiff in this case?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Have you read a complaint pursuant to this case at any time?
Not that I remember, no.
Do you understand that for charges to be issued that it has to be a claim, therefore it has to be a plaintiff?
Objection.
Grounds.
Okay, so first of all, the
Grounds.
grounds are relevancy. It's not relevant. That would be the
You
grounds.
also have to state the grounds.
Hold on. Let her get her position out, Mr. Brooks.
And it mischaracterizes the former testimony.
It does
Sustained
not.
as to both grounds. Under 90611, move on, please.
So you're not sure if there's a plaintiff?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Sustained.
Have you ever had any interaction with the plaintiff?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Are you aware who brought charges in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained.
If you're not sure of a complaint, how can you be sure of the charges in this case?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained. Mr. Brooks, under 90611, please move on to a new topic or your cross-examination will be shortened and cut off.
Your Honor, with all due respect, that's every question that I'm asking is relevant. It pertains to the plaintiff in this matter that seems to be nowhere
Mr. Brooks, you're
found.
making a legal argument. We'll take that up outside the presence of the jury. Move on.
I believe the jury deserves to know who the plaintiff is in this matter. That's very relevant to the case. How can they rule on something when they don't
Mr.
even know
Brooks,
who the plaintiff is?
please, move on. Next question, or I will turn it back over to the state for redirect.
Were you in fact subpoenaed by anyone to testify in this matter?
Yes, I was.
Do you recall by whom?
By the state of Wisconsin.
And when you say the state of Wisconsin, who do you refer to?
Objection. Argument
Grounds.
failed. Sustained.
Have you had any interactions with the state of Wisconsin?
Objection.
Grounds.
It's vague. Sustained. You may rephrase if you so choose.
Did you have any phone conversations or any physical conversations with the state of Wisconsin?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained. You can rephrase if you would like.
Do you even know the state of Wisconsin?
Objection.
Grounds.
Argumentative.
Grounds.
Sustained.
It would be fair to say, based on your testimony, that you were in fact called to testify by the state of Wisconsin.
Objection asked and answered.
Grounds. I didn't even finish the question. And I had the grounds on that.
Finish your question and then I'll rule.
Seeing as how that you were called to testify by the state of Wisconsin, it would be fair to say that you've actually saw the state of Wisconsin.
Objection.
Grounds.
It's vague.
Grounds.
Sustained.
To the best of your knowledge, would the state of Wisconsin be the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
And I had the grounds for the sustain.
Sustained.
Your Honor, with all due respect, the jury needs to know
question.
this. They deserve to know this.
Next question.
Are you aware that, to the best of your knowledge, are you aware that for a case, there has to be an injured party?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
As you said, the state of Wisconsin called you to testify. Did they at any time identify themselves as an injured party in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Argumentative.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Reason for the sustain, Your Honor?
Continue, Mr. Brooks.
Any reason for the sustain?
It's sustained.
May I have the grounds, Your Honor?
Keep going, Mr. Brooks.
This is information that the jury deserves to know, Your Honor.
The jury is the judge of the facts only, and the court is the judge of the law. Keep going, Mr. Brooks.
No further questions.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Are you aware of the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection. Relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Ever had any contact with the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Vague. Sustained.
Ever had any phone conversations or personal interactions with the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Again, with regard to the nature of the question, it's vague.
Sustained.
I don't believe that's vague, Your Honor. I asked specifically if there were any phone conversations or personal interactions. I don't think that's vague. I think that's pretty clear.
Sustained.
And I also believe the jury deserves to know if there is a plaintiff in this matter.
Your objection's noted. It's to that particular statement. Your statement is noted. To the objection from the state, it is sustained. Next question, please.
Are you aware if there even is a plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained.
May I have the grounds for the sustain, Your Honor?
Relevance.
I would object and say that it's very relevant. Again, citing
Your
that.
objection is noted. Next question, please.
Were you ever contacted by anyone who identified as the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained. Still vague.
That's pretty clear, Your Honor. The jury deserves to know this
Mr.
information.
Brooks, the objection has been sustained. Next question, please.
No further questions. Subpoena.
I was subpoenaed to be here.
Do you recall who that subpoena was from?
I don't know.
So it'd be fair to say that you received a subpoena and never read who it was from. Would that be fair to say?
From the state of Wisconsin.
When you say the state of Wisconsin, who are you referring to?
Objection. Relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Grounds for the sustain.
Not relevant.
Would you consider yourself to be the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection. Relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Grounds for the sustain.
Not relevant. Also under 90611.
Are you aware of any plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained on relevance grounds.
Ever had a conversation with the plaintiff at any time in this matter?
Objection. Relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained is to the form of the question. You may rephrase it if you would like. Some more specificity.
Have you ever had any phone conversations or personal interactions with the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection. Vague.
Grounds.
Sustained is to the form of a question. You may rephrase it if you so choose with more specificity so that it's not vague.
Are you aware of the identity of the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Not relevant.
Grounds.
It's not relevant. Sustained.
Are you aware if there is a plaintiff in this matter?
Objection. Relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained
Grounds for the sustain.
on relevance grounds. Also under 90611.
With all respect, Your Honor, the jury deserves to know this information. We're withholding important information from the jury. They deserve to know this.
The jury will disregard the statement made by Mr. Brooks as not being an accurate statement of the law. Next question.
So to the best of your knowledge, you're not aware of any plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained. Mr. Brooks, please move on to another topic under 90611. You are hereby advised that if you do not move on to a new topic, I will close the cross-examination.
With all due respect, Your Honor, this is important information the jury deserves to know.
Mr. Brooks, ask a relevant question, please.
That holds a lot of relevance, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks, one last opportunity to ask a question. Otherwise, the court will declare the cross-examination closed under 90611.
So it would be fair to say that you were asked or subpoenaed?
Yes.
Do you recall by whom?
I imagine the DAs or...
When you say the DAs, do you mean the district attorney's office?
Yes.
Did they ever identify to you as being the plaintiff in this matter? Grounds.
Sustained. Next question.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor.
Relevance grounds.
Do you recall ever being told that there was a plaintiff in this matter?
No, it's just, I was interviewed a few times, the 5 of us, and that was pretty much the end of it until months ago where...
I think probably a little explanation is needed. Are you aware what a plaintiff is?
Objection, relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained. Next question.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor.
Next question, Mr. Brooks.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor.
Ask your next question, please.
I am. I just want to know the grounds, just for the record, the grounds for the sustain.
Ask your next question.
Your Honor, the grounds should be put on the record.
Ask your next question. I'll address this all at the next break outside the presence of the jury. Ask your next question.
Your Honor, with all respect, I think the jury
Mr. Brooks, under
deserves.
90611, ask your next question, or I will determine that the cross-examination is now closed.
I'm
Keep
gonna
going.
ask, I'm gonna keep going. I just think the jury deserves to hear.
Mr.
all
Brooks,
the
I'm
testimony.
instructing you to stop making those statements. The jury will disregard. This is the cross-examination. It's not your opportunity to make legal arguments or to testify. You'll have an opportunity if you so choose to do that later.
With all respect,
Next
that is not
question.
question. The jury just deserves to know.
All right, under 90611, the cross-examination
I still
will
have
be
a question,
determined.
Your Honor.
Sir, you didn't follow my very clear instructions. Does the state have any follow-up?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You may step
Objection
down.
to that, Your Honor. I
Your
was
objection's
not-
noted. Ma'am, you
I
may
was
step
not-
down, and after she steps down, I will be excusing the jury for a few moments. Please rise for the witness and for the jury as they leave the courtroom.
Just for clarity, you are not aware of any plaintiff in this matter, correct?
Asked and answered.
Grounds.
The
Is that an objection?
objection is sustained. You don't need to answer that.
Are you aware of who the plaintiff is in this matter?
Objection, relevance.
Grounds.
Overruled, he may answer.
I believe that that you would be, or excuse me, you're the defendant.
I would be the plaintiff?
Excuse me, at my mind, you're the defendant, I believe. The plaintiff would be.
If you know, do you know who the plaintiff is?
You know, all those who were hurt under the title of the state of Wisconsin. That's how I would identify it.
That's how you identify it. So, do you know if anybody who was hurt that identified as the plaintiff?
Objection, relevance.
Grounds.
I think this witness has testified, he's really not sure
But the plaintiff is, he kind of guessed, he gave an assumption.
Sustained.
He did.
Foundation.
He did answer the question though.
Sustained. Next question.
So, to the best of your knowledge, the plaintiff would be the representative of the people.
objection is relevance.
Sustained. You're now asking him to make a legal conclusion, which I will not have him do. It's also not relevant.
Do you know of any injured party who claims to be the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection, relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained. Mr. Brooks, under 90611, please move on to a new topic.
Are you aware that only an injured party can be the plaintiff in this incident?
Objection,
Grounds.
relevance.
Sustained also misstates the law. You don't have to answer that. Mr. Brooks, new topic, or under 90611, I will close the cross-examination.
How does that mischaracterize the law? An injured party has to make the
Under
claim.
90611, you haven't asked a question. I will give you one more opportunity. Don't question me. Please ask a question of this witness. The jury will disregard his statement as it mischaracterizes the law, and he is not testifying. He's asking questions at this time.
Are you aware that the state of Wisconsin is an entity and cannot claim to be an injured party in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained. All right, your cross-exam is now closed under 906-11. Mr. Brooks, not now.
Not allowed to.
Not now. The jury is in this courtroom, and you will show respect for them and for this court.
Respect for them would be
Mr. Brooks,
telling them the truth.
stop. I'm putting you on notice that you are on the verge of this court creating a curative instruction about your frivolous arguments. I will not have you claim legitimacy for what are debunked, frivolous, sovereign arguments.
Then
That is why
prove it.
your questions
Prove it.
are being
Prove that it's
objected
frivolous.
to,
Prove
and
that
why
it's frivolous. Prove it.
all the cases that we've already referenced, sir. We are in recess. We'll be back in
prove
5
it.
minutes. Thank you, everyone.
I don't agree to a estoppel. Can you prove? Working in law enforcement, have you at any point seen the complaint in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Grounds.
Overruled. He may answer if he's able.
A complaint regarding this case?
Yes.
No.
Do you know if there's a plaintiff in this case?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Plaintiff in the case?
I sustain the objection.
Okay, thank you.
You don't have to answer.
All right.
Do you even know if there's a plaintiff in this matter?
Same objection.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Being in law enforcement for as long as you have, are you aware that there has to be an injured party to bring a claim?
Objection.
Grounds.
Argumentative.
Sustained. Also misstates the law.
In any of your investigations during your career, were you ever made aware at any time that the state of Wisconsin can be a plaintiff in a matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Sustained.
Would you by chance know who the plaintiff is in this matter? Grounds.
Relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Ever seen or talked to the plaintiff? Had any physical interaction with the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection, vague and compound
Grounds.
question.
Sustained.
You even know if there's a plaintiff in this matter?
Objection,
Grounds.
irrelevant.
Sustained.
You know who filed the complaint in this matter?
The complaint was filed by the district attorney's office.
Do you know if it was filed by Attorney Opper?
I don't know particularly who filed the complaint. I just know it was by the Waukesha County District Attorney's Office.
And during your time in law enforcement, would it be fair to say that whoever files the complaint is a party to the matter?
Objection,
Grounds.
beyond the scope of the witness's knowledge,
Grounds.
Your Honor.
Sustained. Next question, please.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor.
Next question, please.
Any reason why the state of Wisconsin would be identified as the plaintiff when they did not file the complaint?
Objection,
Grounds.
argumentative, misstatement of the law.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor.
Ask your next question, please.
Was that the grounds?
Next question, please.
The jury deserves to know this.
The jury will disregard that last statement.
We need to know.
I've sustained the objection, sir. Ask your next question, please.
I'm aware that it was a sustain. I'm aware. I just wanted to know the grounds. Can't keep hiding stuff from the jury.
Mr. Brooks, the court is not hiding anything from anyone, and the jury will disregard that last statement. It is not evidence in any way in this case.
Would it be fair to say that any case has a plaintiff?
Objection.
Grounds.
Lack of foundation beyond the scope of the witness's knowledge.
Sustained.
Would it be, can I rephrase the question?
Go ahead. I can't say whether it will be answered or not, but you can go ahead
But
and rephrase it.
I can't rephrase, just so we're clear. Whether it's answered or not, I can still rephrase the question.
I don't know what the question will be, sir, so I can't make a ruling that's advisory. So ask your next question, please.
Are you aware that in any case brought into a courtroom, there has to be a plaintiff?
Objection.
Grounds.
Same question.
Grounds is
It
not
also
the same
misstates
question.
the law, so sustained.
If there's no plaintiff, how's their case?
Move to strike.
The jury will disregard the last comment and statement made by Mr. Brooks.
Grounds. There's a
It's a
defendant, there has to be a
misstatement of the
plaintiff.
law. It's not relevant. This jury will be the judge of the facts. The court is the judge of the law. Please continue, sir, or under 90611, I will stop the cross-examination.
If there's a defendant, there has to be a plaintiff.
Mr. Brooks, please stop. The jury will also disregard that statement. It's a mischaracterization of the law. It's a misstatement of the law.
Based on what law or fact, Your Honor?
And I'll address that with Mr. Brooks once again after the jury has been excused. One final time, you may ask another question. Otherwise, I will, and it must not be along the same lines, or under 90611, I will ask the state whether there's any redirect.
Do you know of anyone who filed a claim in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Grounds.
It's also vague, so I'll sustain it.
So the grounds is vagueness.
And relevance.
Is it vague or is it relevant?
Sustained, Mr. Brooks. Next question.
And are you aware who the plaintiff is in this matter?
Yes.
And who would the plaintiff be?
Plaintiff being sort of, or I guess you can say the defendant, Darrell Brooks.
The defendant would be the plaintiff?
Or not the defendant, but a plaintiff, or I guess, what's it called? Could you kind of sort of
The plaintiff would be who is actually bringing the claim.
Oh, the plaintiff bringing the claim?
Who's bringing the claim would be the plaintiff.
That would be this city of Waukesha, sorry.
The city of Waukesha?
I'm confused by the questioning, if I'm going to be completely honest.
And I'll object and move to strike the line of questioning for relevance.
Grounds answered.
He answered it. May stand. Next question, please.
Do you recall ever being told about the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Vague.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
Do you know who the plaintiff is in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Vague, beyond the
Grounds.
scope of the witness's knowledge, legally inaccurate.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
Did Attorney Opper ever tell you who the plaintiff was in this matter?
The subpoena told me who the plaintiff was.
And do you recall who the plaintiff is?
Darrell Brooks.
That's the plaintiff?
Or not the plaintiff, the plaintiff is, I think, city of Waukesha or state of Wisconsin, I'm not sure.
And it'd be fair to say that that's not a living, breathing human being.
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Sustained, not relevant. Next question.
Are you aware that only a living, breathing human being can make a claim?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant. Argumentative.
Grounds.
Sustained for those reasons, and it's also not an accurate
It's
statement. of the law.
definitely not
Yes.
argumentative.
Mr. Brooks, under 90611, I need you to move on from this topic and ask a different line of questions, please.
Move on from what topic, Your Honor?
Next question, sir.
Can I know what topic you're referring to, Your Honor?
Next question, please.
If I don't know the topic, how would I know to go in a different direction?
Mr. Brooks, under 90611, I need you to ask a question.
Do you know if there's even a plaintiff in this matter?
Objection. Irrelevant.
Sustained. Under 90611, sir, please move on from this topic or I will declare your cross-examination closed.
Under what law and fact, Your Honor?
Under 90611, please ask a question.
And where can I find 90611?
This is your last opportunity to ask a question, sir.
Your Honor, the jury deserves to know this information.
All right, then the state, any redirect?
No redirect. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, sir. You may step down.
Ever spoke with the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds?
Relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor.
90611.
Are you aware of any plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained. Relevance 90611 as well.
You ever seen a plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained. Next question.
Had any conversations or any interactions with the plaintiff?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained is to the form of the question.
Ever had a phone conversation with the plaintiff?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained is to the form of the question.
Ever been contacted by the plaintiff in any way?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained is to the form of the question.
Have you ever contacted the plaintiff in any way?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor.
is to the form of the question.
Are you aware of who the plaintiff may be in this matter?
Objection. Irrelevant.
Sustained.
Ever been notified who the plaintiff is in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Sustained.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor.
Next question, please.
Do you even know if there's a plaintiff in this matter?
Yes, there is.
And who's the plaintiff?
I believe it's the state of Wisconsin.
Would that constitute a breathing human being or an entity?
Objection.
Grounds.
Argumentative. Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Are you aware that only a human being can bring a complaint or be a plaintiff?
Objection. Misstatement
Grounds.
of the law.
Sustained.
You ever had any interaction with the state of Wisconsin?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Sustained.
Grounds for
Sir,
the
under
sustain.
90611, please move on.
Have you ever contacted the state of Wisconsin in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Sustained.
Grounds for the sustain.
Under 90611, move on or I'll declare the cross-examination ended.
Of course you would. No further questions.
Any redirect?
Are you aware of who the plaintiff is in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Sustained.
You ever hear who the plaintiff was in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Have you yourself ever had any interaction with the plaintiff?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Sustained.
Do you even know if there's a plaintiff in this matter?
Same objection.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Do you recall whom subpoenaed you to testify here today?
The state of Wisconsin via the Washoe County District Attorney's Office.
And you said state of Wisconsin. Who would you be referring to when you say state of Wisconsin?
The entity that is the state of Wisconsin judicial system.
So the state of Wisconsin is an entity to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Is an entity a living, breathing human?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant, argumentative.
Sustained. Next question.
Do you know if the state of Wisconsin is the plaintiff in this matter?
Yes.
An entity is the plaintiff?
Objection. Argumentative.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Have you ever had any interaction with the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained. It's also overly broad.
You ever had a phone conversation
Objection. Irrelevant.
with the plaintiff?
About this case?
About this case?
Overruled. You may answer.
No.
Have you ever seen the plaintiff in this case?
Objection, Your Honor.
Grounds.
This entire line of questioning is completely irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained on relevance grounds. Next question, please.